I want to introduce to you my good friend, Kimberly Lee. I've been with the association for almost 13 years now, and I've known her that entire time. Her and
Yeah.
her husband, Eric, and the work that they do with Apartment Life. And Apartment Life is not only presenting this information to you, they are sponsoring this session. So, as I introduce Kim, she's first going to talk to you as a representative of Apartment Life, and then she's just going to talk to you as an expert at loving your neighbor. So, Kim Lee, take it away.
Thank you so much, Sloan. And Logan, I want to know how you make those little emoji things. That's so cool. So sorry. I love stuff like that. I am so excited to be with you. I am with Apartment Life. I have been doing this for 16 and a half years, actually almost 17. And I have ADHD. So, if somebody with ADHD can love their job and stay in it, it must be awesome. So what we do is we place couples in, well, not always couples, we sometimes have singles who are friends in apartment communities, and they work with the management team to make sure every resident is cared for and doing fun things that bring joy, and right now something to look forward to, like something positive to your to your world and to your day. And then we also do welcome and renewal checks, see how people are doing in their lease cycle, take them little treats from you guys, and we can do online reputation pushes. And now we are connected with Modern Message. So we are loving that partnership because they are actually building things into their system so that if you have an Apartment Life team, it integrates really well. So if you have Modern Message and it's sitting there, you're not doing a lot with it, you probably should talk to me. Also, we are now just announced today launching with Craft Happy on the East Coast. And being from the West Coast, I'm like, hey, we need West Coast times, but they're giving us great deals on some excellent crafting classes. So I'm super pumped about that. I love working with the people from across the nation because we're resourcing each other. When COVID hit, no one was an expert. We're all like starting from scratch. We're like, okay, everybody talk to each other. We got to know what are you doing? What are you trying? Let's try this. And so I'm excited to share with you all the things that we've learned during this time of how to not lose sight of doing things that are positive in a time when we all desperately need it. So, and I also strongly believe that it's about your bottom line. I know many of you are competing with your comps for a dwindling number of people in your area, for concessions, for all of the things. I want to help you have the resources when you walk out today that you can use tomorrow, to help your bottom line and help you save your residents, by showing them great kindness and love. So here we go. First thing is a tip and a self-care thing. So we're going to start with the power of venting. Now I mentioned that I have ADHD. Well, so does my son, and we have enlisted an ADHD coach. And one of the things she said is, it's okay to let your kid vent. We all need to get things off our chest. So, including your residents and your staff. If you have staff members and you can just tell they came in and they are super stressed, and you're like, okay, you got to get this like change your attitude, that doesn't help. Sometimes we need that venting. So just like, I want to say Monday, one of my neighbors who's a teacher, she was like, hey, I'm going for a walk, I've had a really rough day, you want to join me? Like, yes, I do. So we went for a walk and we vented the whole time. We got back and I was like, I'm sorry I vented the whole time, but I feel a lot better. So I suggest doing this. What she said is, it's okay to let your kid vent. So it's okay to let your residents or your staff vent. Maybe they walked in and you can tell that it's not about just what's frustrating them at their apartment. They're just having a really tough time. So say, you know what? I just want to listen. Before we tackle everything that's going on with your apartment, would you like 5 minutes? I'll set a timer. 5 minutes, you can just vent. Just let it off. Like, let off the steam. You just need somebody to listen. I'm here. um, and you can listen and just let it be about them. So they might tell you all the things they hate about their apartment, and you can just be like, that really is hard. And listen, if they're complaining about their noisy neighbors and you lived in an apartment and you have had noisy neighbors, you're like, I get it. Yep. Yep. Uh-huh. This is really hard. I'm so sorry. And in that moment, for that 5 minutes or 10 minutes, you're not in fix it mode. You're not in fix it mode. You're just in listening mode, right? So It's really powerful, but setting a time limit, like, "Hey, let's just take 5 minutes. I'm just gonna, not manage your hat, just listening. I'm your listening ears." You're like, "Uh-huh. Oh, man, that's really hard. That's really hard." I did that to my son. No, he's been having a lot of trouble with school, and we reset. So this, if you're a parent, this might be good tips for you as well. So we enabled some guidelines, and he got to choose between A or B, which he wanted, and we actually put in this written expectations thing, you can vent every day for 15 minutes. And at first he scoffed at it. He was like, whatever. And then after we finished the plan and he was taking pictures of it on his phone, which I love, um, he was like, you know what? I may need that. And so it's happened a couple of times where he's like, oh, why are you, can I never, why do we have to? And I was like, oh man, it's really hard. I'm so sorry you're in this situation. And you know what? It's so good for me to have that power to say he just needs to let it off. This isn't about me right now. He's in a really difficult situation because of his schooling and he's frustrated. And I right now, I and the rules are the hard thing. So just let him be. And then we're gonna do this. So we had, if you were in Lisa's session, it was super fun and wonderful and awesome. And you might not feel angsty right now, and that's okay. But I want you, because this is your raffle prize, I'm going to be giving away a couple of free coffees to people who comment. So will you send them just to all panelists? I don't want anybody to get in trouble or anything. Just send this to all panelists in the chat. Will you, for 1 minute, and I've got my timer, I'm going to start it right now. You're going to just put one thing that you're hating or you've hated about this COVID thing. So ready? Go. You have 1 minute to vent and you tell me what you're hating. Maybe it's Zoom. um, Isolation. Yes, I love this. Thank you so much. This is great. You just tell us what right now is going on that has been really hard. I know parenting and trying to work from home, I have an office. I want to go back to my office. It's been really hard. I miss my office, but my teenager doesn't get up for class on time. So I'm working from home. As you can see, welcome to my living room. Oh, this is great. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, we still have 25 seconds. If you need to write a couple more things, go ahead. We have time. Okay, 20 seconds. You're doing great. Love this. Oh, thank you so much. I love that you're sharing. Thank you so much. This is amazing. Oh, 8 seconds. 7. Oh, thank you. Oh, yes, I want to go dancing too. Okay, time's up. Whew, that was good. Okay, so Sloan is going to look for, I'm a Seahawks fan. So my numbers are this, the three, because Russell's my jersey number, and 12. So the third person and the 12th person who commented, or the 12th and third and 12th person who shared with us, you're going to get a free coffee from me today. So just watch for that. She'll send me those email addresses and they'll be landing in your inbox. So there you go. Now, once you've vented, then you can begin to move on and say, okay, and use all those Lisa's tips on how to handle them and deal with their conflict and like what they're feeling and that, okay, now I'm putting my manager hat back on. While you're venting, you mentioned this thing. I think I can help with that thing. Let's tackle that. So that's one way you can do it. Now, kindness is incredibly powerful. We know this. We all desperately need it. It makes a huge difference. Like when something is different, when somebody's kind, we're like, wow, that was weird. That was great. We share on Facebook, like, I have faith in humanity again. Like, we all need that, right? As well, it is worth the ROI to do something for your residents and staff because it makes you feel better too. It's also about you. The return on investment is about you. Now, we know that you can deal with the tyranny, the urgent, the like important fires that you're putting out right then, but also what you need to do is schedule time. So I want you this week to put at least 2 things from now, between now and the end of the year, that you're going to do for your residents. Pick a day. It's never going to be convenient. I promise. There's going to be things that are going to come in the way. I put them on your calendar because it's important. We need to schedule time for things that matter. It will help you, it'll help your staff, and it will help your residents. It's a big return on investment. Now, I was going to look for a great study on this. I know that the Wall Street Journal's got a great article if you really like things like that. But this is what came to mind. When I was thinking about this whole return on investment and how it makes us feel happy, I'm a huge Friends fan. So there's this episode where Joey's going on a telethon. He thinks he's hosting, so he's in a tuxedo for PBS. And he and Phoebe have this interesting thing that goes throughout the from the beginning to the end of the episode where they're talking about what you do making you feel good, and Phoebe's like, no, you can do things that don't make you feel good, that you can be selfless in that, and he's like, no, you're selfish, everybody's selfish. And I love at the end is like, that's because all people are selfish. And Phoebe's like, are you calling me selfish? He's like, are you calling you people? I just love that line. So um it makes me laugh. And I'm not saying that doing good things and oh, this is good. This is gonna make me feel better. But it's true. We do walk away feeling better when we do good things, when we do things for them. So it also changes the way we feel about what we're doing. Are we doing this because we have to do events and it'll make our owner happy? Or are we doing this because we know that everybody needs some kindness right now and we're scheduling it in because it matters? So let's talk about this. I don't also want you to do this alone. It's not about you. Who can you invite? So I'm going to give you 3 categories and I want you to write down 2 names. You're like, I know my staff. Do I have to write down their names? Yes. I want you to write down 2 staff who might be great at brainstorming with you, but I want you to enlist your entire staff because we want to invite them in this. I don't want you to look at these ideas and think, I don't have time for this, Kim. I want you to think, wait, I have people. We all have people. How can we invite others to do this with us? Also, your family. You're like, okay, they won't let me do anything else. But what we do with our staff and with our family. So you're writing down 2 names. I hope you got your notepad because I want you to write down 2 names for each of these categories. Think about how can you cast vision for them. So saying, hey guys, I don't just need your help. Will you help me do this? But hey, I'm hearing from my staff or I'm hearing from my residents that they're having a really good time. And I want to do something nice. I think it'd be awesome for our family to do something really nice for these people, for our residents, because it's going to be a little bit of work, but I think it's going to really bring some smiles to people who really need something positive to look forward to. So you're helping them understand the why, not just asking for their help. Right? It changes the whole conversation. And then also residents. Some of you have some residents who really they love to do stuff like this and they'd love to share some ideas and they'd love to jump in and help. You all have that one friend who every time they show up at your house, and like a baby shower, Lindsay Jacobs knows this. I got to go to her baby shower and I was like, hey, how can I help? What can I do? And so she's like, you want to put up decorations? Like, yes, I would love to do that. Do you want to write down things? Yes, I would love to do that. That's the person who they feel cared about when they get to engage on those kinds of activities. So inviting them. Now, let me tell you a story about my friend who is an incredible leader. Emily, you're on the call. I know this. She's so collaborative with her staff. She's always inviting them to come up with ideas with her. So don't like if you're not the ideas person, that's okay. Bring your staff in. Also, Tyler Amsler's on here, and your leasing agent, I think Jordan is her name. Our gap coordinator has been raving about her and how well she knows the residents. So you guys are doing this stuff. So this is just I'm going to give you the steroids to put this into action or some easy ideas. All right. Yes, you're the right Emily. Okay, so here we go. I have set this up in levels. So like, are you beginner level? Are you medium level? Are you the I'm so extra level? So here we go. Practical things that you can do right away. Let's start with food trucks. They're not just for summer. You can keep them going throughout the years. Now, some trucks will winter. They'll go into winter mode, but some trucks are going to need to stay open because this is their livelihood. There is a neighborhood in a very near me. They're doing food trucks 7 days a week. I don't know how they're like, are they even giving enough traffic for these vendors? I'm like, how is that even possible? But that's what they've chosen to do. Well, let me say, I would recommend not doing that. Like once a month is good, or every other week or something. I think that's really doable. Also, it means that you're going to probably get them great traffic and do justice by them. If you're going to bring a food truck out, make sure you're advertising well for them. Make sure you're sending reminders. and you can do this for free. Emily is the one who mentioned this to me, and Jennifer Pritzborn from Pinnacle, she started doing it even before we got all of our balls rolling. She brought out Stacks Burgers, so it's totally doable. I know that there are people who are using these like crazy, so they're not just for summer. Keep them going. Also, you can set up a Facebook page if you want to do that, and that way the neighborhood could also know. You could even boost that and say, hey, we're this property presents this. Yes, neighbors are welcome. Parking, you put like where they can park and all those things. So you could bring it to a wider audience if you want, but you may have enough residents that they'll have plenty. I would say 60 to 80 is about ideal for what they're needing for a 2 to 3 hour span. So that's easy. A free idea, by the way, if you're looking for a food truck list, hit up Logan Ridge Food Trucks. It's a Pogi page. You can go find a bunch there. Um, a free idea that I got from my totally stole from Erin Heathers, one of her managers at Epic did this. And I shared this at Topics and Topics, but I still love it. So I'm sharing it again. The just adorable letter to the residents with with the stress relief capsules, also known the bubble wrap, and just acknowledging that this is all a difficult season for us, but we know your home's really incredibly important, and we're here. We're happy to provide this space for them. Make sure you run it by corporate just in case, but I think they'll you do it well, they're gonna love it. And it's just powerful. You send so many letters about like pick up after your dog, and our elevators are down, and like all of the things that you're sending all the time. What if this was on their door and like, hey, we're here for you. Now, medium level. This is kind of an easy medium level idea that I love. A lot of our teams have been doing these caramel apple kits. One of our teams found these trays at the Dollar Tree, and so they're like a 2-for-1 packaging. One, she was able to put all the ingredients in there, but also in the instructions she included you can microwave the caramel in there. So unwrap the plastic, she put that on there, unwrap the caramels, and then you can microwave the caramel in that. And so that really helps. And these went so fast, they were done, they were gone in like 15 minutes. So this is something you could do even before Halloween. It's really easy to put together a caramel apple kit. You could also get little mason jars and put the apple on top, put the caramels inside, or get some good caramel. I know our crew coordinator, she loves Jonathan's caramels. I think that's the name of the company. It's a local company that makes caramel. And she got some of their caramel sauce and put it in some cups and everything. So there's a lot of ways you could do this, but this month you could do this like right now, totally easy do. Now, next month, or you could do it at the end of this month too, but I love this for November, a pie grab and go. These were mini pies. This is pre-COVID where they had the samples out there. I want to do that now. But definitely this is a doable thing. So mini pies, or come and get them. We'll deliver pies to your door, have a limited number of signups. Hey, first 30 residents will get a pie of their choice. Whatever your budget is, this is doable. And there's some phenomenal pie companies. There's actually a food truck that I just found out from a restaurant. I think it's Pie 314. So check them out. They do both sweet and savory pie. So you could tie those two ideas together. There you go. I just took you out for November. And then right, I'm hungry too. Also, drink grab and goes. Doesn't always have to be a meal or a sweet treat. Can be a drink. Cocktail kits, hot chocolate kits. If you're trying to really go a little fancy, bring in those mason jars, because they are packaging of their own. So let me show you what some of our teams actually did this in the last couple months. We had a mojito cocktail kit on the left one. So that's the happy hour. And they had all the ingredients. For one property, they did it grab and go. For another property, they did delivery. So you could do it a couple of different ways where people would sign up and they would do it. Or also, this might not be workable after Prime Day, but they use their package lockers, where you can have some of their package lockers where you can put stuff in for residents to come and get. They did use those as well. So, yeah, super fun, because we're not going to leave alcohol just out available. We're going to make sure it's passed to someone who can actually have it proper age. And then on the right, they call these margaritas, because, and they put the jar in the right in the middle, like hyphenated mar hyphen jar hyphen ritas. They were adorable. So this was at the Arbors down at Edgewood. So those were a huge hit too. And then hot drinks. I think hot drinks are awesome. Hot drinks to go, coffee to go, like you're hooking people up, helping them feel good. This is awesome. And I would say, don't forget to make it look pretty. This is a medium to easy to medium level thing where you are just doing something fairly simple. You're greeting them as they're heading off for their day, or maybe greeting them when they come home. But also remember your messaging. I love that Emily's team at the lodge did "We appreciate you." Lodge management. I mean, it's simple, but it's important, right? Why are you doing this? Why does it matter to them? What are you trying to remind them of? So I love this. These signs are phenomenal. You don't have great handwriting, pull one of those signs out. There's a lot of different versions, lighted ones, these pegboard ones. They're not just for girls who love Instagram. They're really powerful for those of us who don't have great handwriting and to make awesome chalkboards. So woohoo, we love those. And then also supporting local feels good. It does. We all know and all have a friend probably that's got a business that's struggling. So anytime you can do that, that's amazing. I do love supporting restaurants because I love to eat. I love to not cook. So supporting restaurants is always fun. If you've got a restaurant close by, uh, this is really a powerful thing that you can do. But also, if you've got local businesses, a florist, a craft shop, maybe you can find a way, a yoga studio, anything you can do, you can maybe create with them to have a discount or have a special class for your people. Maybe you pay the fee, and we've got the first 10 people to sign up for the yoga class to this. We'll pay for it, something like that. So you're right, Carmen. I agree. I'm supporting my community. It's good. Another thing we've done a lot of is treating a certain number of residents to a free lunch, coffee or dinner. I like lunch because that's oftentimes a slower time for businesses. And if you got a lot of people working from home, that can be great, especially if you're in an urban setting and they can just walk to pick up their own food. That's amazing. Now, we had one team in Eastlake actually set up a vendor that was a little ways away. It was like about 10 blocks for their, I think they did a Cinco de Mayo lunch pickup. And we thought, oh, we don't know if people are going to pick up. But sure enough, 30 people signed up in 10 minutes. We had to shut that sign up down so quickly. Like the email went out, and then within 10 minutes, I was getting the follow-up people. And we've closed. Thank you everyone for signing up. It was that fast. And yes, everybody showed up to go and get their food. It was amazing. So they were willing to do the drive, or however they needed to go and get their food. So it was great. And we didn't touch a thing. We did a sign up, we worked the deal, we paid the bill. It was phenomenal. This picture on the left is actual picture that Axel, one of our LMC properties, we did this with Red Mill Burger. We just paid the burgers. We paid for, I think, one burger per person and 2 per unit. And we gave them like the basic red mill and they could customize it. And then we set up a time when they could pick it up. So not all 30 people were showing up to pick it up. So we're like, you sign up. So I think it was 2 people per 5 or 10 minute windows. And it worked so well. Red Mill loved it. And then if they wanted something else, drinks, fries, whatever, they could pick it up for themselves. It was amazing. So that's a fun one that I really, really love doing. And then raffle off gift cards or food deliveries from local restaurants. Now, this is a great thing, I would say, to utilize your stagnant Facebook page, the one that's all the static messages from your corporate. This is a great example of one of our Avenue 5 properties. They did this, Bailey Farm did this where they we think now is a good time for a giveaway. What do you think? This is back in April, but it was a huge hit. They had 48, you can't see it, my screen is blocking it now, but they had 48 residents participate in comments, or 48 comments. So I don't know exactly how many residents, but I think if everybody commented at least once, since I'm commenting multiple times, so it was amazing engagement. So there's like, comment below with your favorite comfort food, and then dinner's on us. And we'll announce the winner of the 25 DoorDash e-gift card. Now the thing is, don't assume that they're going to see it if it's on Facebook. You got to send the email. Say, hey, we're doing a giveaway on Facebook. If you haven't liked us, go find us. You have to do the marketing for your marketing. You have to let them know that it's there. But here's what happened. It blew up. So it started with just a list like chocolate chip waffles, Mexican food, really all food I like to eat. That's my kind of person. French toast. It wasn't me. I promise. That's not my comment. You can see it's not my picture. Paz pizza, mac and cheese. Five Guys, you got it all. And then we started having even more, and then we had some fun things like vodka. Wait, is that how we do this? I mean, McDonald's all day. And then you see that anything from Thai Cottage that broke into a side discussion on how amazing Thai Cottage is. So people are now seeing all of these restaurants that they may not have thought of for a while. And it kept going. So I don't even have all of the screenshots here, but it was an amazing conversation. So if you can find that thing that will draw people in into a giveaway for dinner that night or something like that, that can be super helpful. But I love the throwing in, like, share your favorite place to go, or share your favorite hike, or whatever, and then having something that comes out of that, like people are now finding out. So I'll tell you about something really cool that came out of a party we had last night on Zoom when I get there, because I don't want to get too far ahead, but this thing can continually work. So we're now to the I'm so extra level. And I'm totally using this because I interviewed a couple, and about being potential apartment life coordinators, and we hired them because not was the only reason, but the husband was describing his wife, and he was like, yeah, she's so extra. So she's the one who always goes all the way out. We're just having a few friends over, but she's like got her bar cart all just perfect, and all the decorations are great. We got the candles, and she's the ambiance queen. He's like, yeah, she's the so extra level. And she's like, yeah, that's true. So if this is you, if I'm describing you, I've got these special fun things for you. And if you aren't the so extra, you can still borrow these ideas without having to do your own muffin wall pegboard. This was at one of our downtown Seattle properties, another LMC. But yeah, a muffin wall pegboard. You too, grab and go breakfast. If you have a community that could use some extra help, they probably love bingo. Why not do a bingo night? And the prizes are the side dishes and the blackout. So you do 3 rounds. Maybe you're giving away pies, the first one. And the second one is like, we'll provide the potatoes and the gravy or something. And then the blackout round is a turkey, a free giveaway turkey. So you could do turkey bingo. That could be super fun. So before you're like sign up for your free cards, you're delivering cards. And then basically your prizes are just some things that you could get fairly inexpensively around Thanksgiving time. So that one could be incredibly fun. Cookie decorating kits. Now, let me tell you about some tips about cookie decorating kits. You can get some of those at your local bakery. Also, Costco gives away cookies that are unbaked. You can buy the boxes of unbaked cookies. So you can give away frozen cookies and let them cook them when they have time. So it's a whole start to finish thing. Or you can even go to your local bakery. Winco's awesome. They'll work all sorts of deals with you, as well as Safeway. I think they're all Safeways now, not Albertsons anymore, but Fred Meyer as well. Go in a week before or call a week ahead and talk to the baker and say, I hear you get undecorated cookies and you guys decorate them at the store. I didn't know this. A lot of times they'll decorate them at the store. Can I pre-order 5 dozen unbaked cookies or undecorated cookies? I want to do cookie decorating kits. Or do you have something like that? They can work deals for you. They can work their magic for you. So if you're wanting to do something like this for your residents, totally do this. And then you could have a cookie decorating contest. So Apartment Life did this for us. We sent a gift to our managers in regionals, and then they sent a gift to us. So we got, this is my Zoom t-shirts, but we also got a cookie decorating kit with frosting and everything. And then they said, okay, tag us on Instagram. Here's the hashtag, and we'll be giving away a gift to the person who gets the most votes. So there's all sorts of fun ways that you can not only do this activity, but you can boost your Instagram or Facebook or whatever and give some points if you got modern message or gift cards away. It's super fun. and you won't be mailing them from across the country, and so hopefully they won't break. A good plan. Now, I told you we did something amazing. We had this was last night. One of our brand new teams had a fall block party virtual party, and they did a party box with this charcuterie and s'mores pack. You could fill it with tasty treats, decor, game supplies if you're going to play bingo or whatever. They did would you rather they did two truths and a lie, which people participated in really well. And then they did this thing where it was um, never have I ever Issaquah edition. And we had new residents that came in. They're like, I didn't know about a lot of these things. We've never heard about this. This is amazing. Can we create a list of these? What if we built our events around this Issaquah dish? All these things that you can do in Issaquah. That's amazing. Let's do that. So that was a lot of fun. They delivered over 60 boxes, and they still had, I think, 24 people join them in Zoom. So you could get a box without having to commit to joining Zoom. But that was really fun. So you could do this for your holiday party. Like I said, this is for the I'm so extra people who needed something really special. You can even include a Spotify playlist, invite them to join Zoom and play games together. But yeah, we're actually doing this for our staff party this year. So we are going to do the five senses. None of my staff's on here. This is great. Okay, so we're doing the five senses. We're doing the taste, see, smell, hear, feel, touch. So for taste, we're going to send them some nice treats. For smell, we're going to send them a Christmas scented candle. For touch, we're gonna I don't remember if we're doing something soft or whatever. We're still working on that one. See, we're doing some decor or a lighted necklace. Those little like necklaces that have the lights that twinkle and everything. And then for here, we've got a Spotify list that we're putting together for the holidays. So I'm saying this is also for your staff. What can you do for your staff to do something fun for them? And you can invite their family to participate from home. Now, my last area that I want to share with you is thinking about what can we do that is good, good for all, bigger picture. Remember how kindness makes us feel better? Well, what if we invite others to be kind to everyone else? We invite our residents. So down in Portland, the fires were raging this summer. It was a late August, and one of our teams came to the program director and said, "Hey, we're having a s'mores event. This feels really like is this gonna sound really deaf or like we're not paying attention to what's going on in our world if we do a s'mores event while there's fires? Like we don't want to sound like we don't care." And so we said, well, why don't we turn this into a charity event as well? Come get your s'mores kit and give to the Red Cross because they're caring for a lot of the displaced families. And the residents loved it. So it was on Instagram, on their Facebook page, and at the event, they had the QR code so the residents could give during that time. And it made everybody feel better. So they're coming down, yes, they're getting a little treat, but they're also able to give back, to support families in that area. So sometimes circumstances lead to opportunities. Oh, I love that. Yes, Tyler's doing a food drive. Food drives are awesome. And here's another thing. If you will, if you've got a charity in your area and you've got a tech crowd, maybe having the Amazon wish list available. What I love about charities that do Amazon wish list is that it ships directly to them. So the residents don't have to, like, you don't have to pick it up and they deliver, or the residents get it to them. It will ship directly to them. All they have to do is purchase it. So I love, love, love that. Great for the tech crowd. You even put the QR code on their on your poster when you're advertising that, or in your any of your messaging, or just the link. It's awesome. This is one a local charity that helps kids in our area, Holly House, and another. I think I'll tell you one of our teams for multiple years did do volunteering at the Holly House Christmas shopping, that parents could come and get free gifts for their kids. And they volunteered and they invited residents to go along with them. So I'm going to tell a story about Sloan and her family in just a minute. one of the other things you could do is enlist your partners who, instead of having one of your vendor partners actually come and bring supplies, like, like, hey, will you give a gift card or a raffle or whatever, for whatever event we're having, you can invite them to do a match for whatever charity you're doing. So this was at the beginning of the school year. Liv passed out 36 backpacks to kids full of things. And then they were raising money for Seattle Children's Hospital, which a lot of families, that's a near and dear charity. They raised money, and Costco uh, matched that amount. Now, remember how I said this helps your bottom line? I have two quotes from that event. I want to prove my point. One resident told us that these events are the reason they stay at Live. And they told us the community is unique and nothing compares to it. Another resident informed us that they convinced their friends to move from, sorry, you lost, one of you lost a resident, move from something apartments because of the events and community. Yes, it will help your bottom line. This makes a difference for the lives of the residents. They want to know something's helping. They talk. They will sign their lease again if this is where they love living. I promise. Now, the last thing I want to share is a great example of this. Sloan and Greg have been doing this with their kids. Remember how all the way back at the beginning of the time I said, who can you invite? What are you already doing? I'm seeing these these stories. No, um, uh, and some of you are doing this. You're already doing things. You've already been doing this for a while, of like an annual thing. So Sloan and Greg have been helping the Forgotten Children's Fund for a long time. They've been enlisting their kids. Well, now a couple of their kids are getting married. They had an exchange student a couple of years ago. They bring everybody in, like it's a whole family affair. They all go down and they all volunteer. So what are you already doing? Can you do this with your team? So maybe something you as your family are doing. Who else can you invite? I'm always like, who can you bring along with what you're doing? How can we make this better? And then if it's something that you're doing, so let's say it's like, let's say Tyler's food drive is for a local food bank that he and his team are going to go and help at, then it's a win-win. Like, hey, our staff volunteers at this local charity. Would you be willing? We're going on Tuesday. We're collecting items until Monday. Would you love to join us or whatever? Come come with us, or give your supplies. We'll be taking them with us. I think that makes it feel personal. It feels local. It feels meaningful because they see you also giving back to the community. And I think that's a huge, huge win. I hope all of this has been helpful. If you have any questions, please email me. I do go by Kim. You can call me Kimberly, but that was usually when I was in trouble when I was a little kid. But I just get when I walk into a place, a lot of people are expecting a Korean woman. So if I say Kimberly, people don't know who that is. They don't think I am who I am. So you can email me my full name, but just call me Kim. I have a good friend. He's an older gentleman from Korea. He still laughs at me every time he calls me, and we talk often. Pastor Shen, he's like, "Oh, you Kim Lee." So I love it. It's awesome. That's great. But I want you to remember who I am, the white girl with Korean name, Kimberly Lee at apartmentlife.org. Please find us in the marketplace. Um, and send me a message if you would like the PDF version of this. If you want to remember all these ideas or you want to share them with your team to kind of wet the whistle and get them thinking, in the contact form, say, hey, please send me the PDF. I would love to do that. Okay, Sloan, are there any Q&A questions?
Hi, I don't have any Q&A questions, but that was an amazing presentation. So many great ideas. And I think the general message just to take away here is that building community and loving on your neighbors is good in every aspect, right? It's good for you, it's good for the community, it's good for business. Um, Yes, thanks, Carmen. This is a apartment life hat. Love your neighbor. I love this hat. And just thank you, Kim, to you and your team for what you do. Thank you for the impact you have on our industry. And I would also say, guys, just something and I just think Kim doesn't ever want to like toot their own horn too much, but having apartment life or having this service is not just good for your residents. It's incredible what it does for your team on the property. It's incredible the burden that it relieves and also the fuel that it kind of gives them to have this livelihood taking place. And the apartment life teams are really great at loving on your staff too and doing a great job of caring for them. So thank you for everything you do. Wanted to remind you guys that we recorded this session, and probably within a half an hour I'll have it up under the additional resources in Map Dynamics for this session. So if you missed part of it, if you want to share it with your team, whatever, as a paid registrant for APTConnect, you can go back, and we're leaving this conference open through next week, so you can go back and pull down these resources, and this video as well, and so we will have that for you. All right. Hold on. The Q&A box just lit up. Let's see if there's a question in there. Okay. Felicia Graham has a question, Kim. What
Yeah.
do you recommend for fundraising for a toy drive for a low-income property? This is a great question.
Mm.
Low income or low no budget. How do we do that?
I would say, so you're actually the ones receiving oftentimes. So there are a lot of charities out there that are looking for places to donate. I know that World Vision in Federal Way, they love giving to local organizations. They are often given tons of things, and they don't always have a place to send them. So they've got a warehouse full of stuff. So talk to World Vision is a great place to start. So I would say, what are organizations that are already in your city that are wanting to give to, like, families of help, or great things, local, like your Elks Club, uh trying to think of all the things, Mason Lodge,
Sometimes your local
churches,
businesses, yeah,
yeah,
like your
local
local
businesses.
orthodontist, your local
Mhm.
dentist, sometimes they want to do something around the
Yeah.
holidays for their community, and knowing that they have neighbors in the community that have a need would be a great match.
Yes, and you can even have them sign up, like if families have a little sign up form, like, "Hey, we're a family of need. I'd love to not make my kids feel like this is. I like this to come from me." It's one of the things I love about Holly House is they have the families come and shop, and so it feels like it came from them. They're not like always looking, not thinking that their family couldn't support them. So that's a great one too. Freemasons, yeah. Thanks, Kenneth.
I wouldn't, I have to make a plug since we're talking about getting behind organizations. Normally, WMFA over the next couple of months would be having our chili cook-off to benefit Dawn, and our holiday giving gala that benefits Child Haven. Obviously, we can't do either of those events, but there are online events happening for that we've been pushing out. And we do have some companies. I know Apartment Advantage is doing this. They put together like a giving team where you can, kind of raise funds together to give to either of those organizations. And so if you're looking for a place or something to get behind as a team or as a community, we definitely invite that because we want to continue to support those two organizations. As you can imagine, domestic abuse has increased during COVID. And so that organization, is their services are needed more than ever.
Yeah.
Christina says they do toys for tots. That's awesome.
Yes. Yes. Oh, and I also want to say, don't assume that a low income community won't be generous.
Mhm.
I have found them to be almost like more generous at times. Like they might have a lot, but they will give above and beyond. They'll share. So, like one of our communities is doing a food pantry, and well, actually multiple communities, but one of the atrium on James, Pinnacle property, is doing this ongoing food pantry, and we see people picking up boxes and taking them to other neighborhoods to share with other people. So sometimes they're the ones who want to volunteer. They'll be the labor, or they've got a little extra, and they'll always share.
Yeah. All right. Well, Kim, again, thank you so much. And just a reminder, if you want her slides, go visit Marketplace, go to Apartment Life's Marketplace and send her a contact form. We also encourage you to visit, we have over 80 exhibitors in our Marketplace, and they are here to help you. They are here to get you through the fall and winter season. They're here to help you build your business and take care of your residents. And these are multifamily dedicated supplier partners. So go visit the Marketplace, submit those contact forms. Most of them are doing raffles and things like that. Before we get off, Kim, do we want to give away your 2 Starbucks gift cards? Because I know who it is.
Yes, yes, yes,
Yes.
please.
Okay. So number three, in the responses, and can I just say I got to see those because I am a panelist in here. So it was really refreshing just to let you guys like get it out, the things that you're missing. I agreed with all of them. But Russell Wilson, number three was Dustin Green. So
Woohoo!
Dustin is the first winner. And number 12, 12th man, this is very appropriate. Danny Yeeman with Tarragon is number
Yay!
12. Yes. So, guys, I will get Kim your email information. I'm assuming these will be digital cards, or are you sending them in the
Yep,
mail?
yep. No, I'm
Okay.
emailing today.
Yeah, so we'll get those out to you. So thank you so much. We hope you join us. We've got a couple more sessions this afternoon. We actually have 5 more left, so lots of choices for you. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon. Kim, thank you. Thank you, Apartment Life, and we'll see you guys later.
Bye.